guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Sophie. I make videos on cleaning, budgeting, organising and lifestyle, and for today's video it's going to be how to budget for 2022. Now, I've done one of these videos before for last year, so this is like my second edition almost, and I've got a few new tips as well as revisiting old ones as well. I thought this video would be good for you guys because it's the start of the year, and I'm guessing if you've clicked on this video you'll be interested in budgeting and money and stuff like that. I know this video isn't for everyone, but it certainly is for me, and if you're like me, you're into saving and budgeting. I live a ordinary life, not a big income, and I thrive off doing budgets. It's how I get by, and it's how I can afford to do those nice things for me and my family, as well as buying Christmas presents and all that. So we're going to go through everything. It's going to be my 12 top tips on how to budget. So sit back, get a cup of tea and enjoy this video. So we're going to start with tip number 1, and that is to do a budget. So this sounds very straightforward, but when I say do a budget, I mean write down everything. Write it either on your notes on your phone, which I do, or write it on pen and paper. A lot of people work better from pen and paper. I work better from doing it on my phone. So when I say write everything down, I mean everything: your income, your outgoings, petrol, food shopping, social events, dentist appointments, prescriptions, anything like that. Write everything down that you know. So that way you can see everything that's going in and going out, and you can work out exactly how much money you have to play around with. This is a really good tip, and if I'm honest, it's one thing that helps me get by because I know exactly how much like disposable income I have and money that I can play around with, or like put it into savings or anything like that. So write everything down to start with. Ignore everything else, just write everything down. Okay, and number 2 is do a budget for weekly, monthly and yearly. So your monthly one will be easy because that's a lot of people get paid monthly. You'll know exactly how much you get paid, and you'll know exactly how much you have left at the end of the month. Do this for weekly as well, so divide that sum into a week, so you have like sort of pocket money, so you know if you spent over, you know you haven't got enough for anymore for the week after, blah blah blah. And then do a yearly budget as well. So this is stuff like Christmas, holidays, any annual events you've got, or any annual outgoings you've got, like subscriptions, all that. And this way you can sort of plan your year. So for me now, this is great to do for January. So I've got a good idea of what I have got income wise and outgoing wise for the whole year. So these are quite vague sort of tips, but it's obviously each their own as well, and everyone incomes, outgoings are different too, but I think doing a weekly, a monthly and a yearly budget are great. Okay, and my next top tip, which is try and move your bills, your utility bills, any subscriptions that you have, to cheaper services. So there's websites that can do this for you, like Compare the Market, but you will probably, a lot of you will probably be able to save a lot on your utility bill. I need to do this. I haven't done this. I really do need to do this, especially because electrics and gas, I think prices are meant to be going up this year. So yeah, we really need to look around and shop around and try and save some money that way. There's an app called Plum. It's a savings account app, and this actually does it for you. It says like assesses how much your bills are, and it says you could be saving X amount if you went to this brand or anything like that. So you could be saving quite a lot of money per year by doing this, and yeah, it'll probably take a day or so to sort out, but it will really help. Things like credit cards as well, make sure you're not paying interest on your credit cards. Try and, you know, open a different account with no interest for 36 months or whatever. That's another thing I need to do. I need to take a leaf out of my own book, Soph. But yeah, try and shop around and you'll be saving lots and lots of money. Okay, and my next tip, which is purchases. So shop around, guys. If you know you want to buy something and it's something specific, research it. Go on Google, research, see where the cheapest place is that you can get it from. If you are shopping for Christmas presents, say, and you've seen something, a game or something, make sure you go on Instagram, search their specific brand, and I always go on like tagged photos. This is quite niche, but I found a lot of deals doing that, and people have like promo codes if they're influencers and stuff, so that's really good. Also look on apps, like say for instance you're going to Lidl, see if there's anything at Lidl on their app that's discounted. There's so much. This is a big, like a massive tip, but like promo codes, just make sure you shop around and do your research before you spend willy-nilly, I guess. And that leads me on to the next tip, which is join apps and sign up for like cashback things. So Quidco is like cashbacks, so when you buy something you might get cashback on that item. There's apps like obviously your Nectar points, your Tesco club card points. Join loyalty schemes because they really do save money. Tesco do brilliant Tesco club card points. Do they even do that now, actually? Yeah, I think they do because I got them. Morrison's did some at Christmas as well, and Sainsbury's. Lidl have their own app now where you can earn points for prizes, I guess, or money off. So yeah, make sure you spend a bit of time joining apps and stuff. And I know it's annoying to get all those emails and stuff, but it is worth it. You could almost like save them in a different folder so you feel more organized with that and you don't have to see them all the time. But you will save money by looking for promotions and joining apps and stuff. Another thing as well is looking for store events. So like for instance Lidl have the mummy the baby event once a year. I'm going to be doing a lot of research on this, to be honest, so look out for that on like food shops, when like big food supermarkets have good events and stuff. So yeah, look out for that, but do your research, guys. Okay, my next tip is set up pots in your bank account. So I have a bank account with Monzo, and Monzo is brilliant, and I think a lot of different banks now allow you to open sort of accounts within the account, so pots they're called on Monzo. I have about 5 or 6 different pots. I have my current like money account, I have Christmas, I have holidays, I have savings, I have one for Otis, my son, and I think that's it. Oh, birthdays as well. So these sort of pots are great, and you can sort of add and take away money whenever you want, and it just feels nice rather than having like you've got a savings account and that's all your savings. Like you know exactly how much you've got for Christmas, say, holidays, my son, blah blah blah. So yeah, I think that really helps you get on track and focused with your money, and you can see where it's going as well. Okay, and the next thing I want to talk about is a diddlem. I've spoke about this before. I don't know if people do this, but we have this as a family. So my mum is like the treasurer, so she looks after all our money, and it's for like cash. So if you've got any cash, we save it up throughout the year. We give it my mum, and she's sort of like the bank account. And then she just gives it us at the end of the year. This way, it's out of your hands. It's not in your account. It's you won't spend that money because you physically haven't got it on you. And I think I did this a couple of years ago and I saved about £200. So that was a really nice little sort of help at the end of the year for Christmas shopping. So yeah, if you fancy doing that, maybe you could do it with friends. Me and my friends have done it before and we saved £5 a week, and we actually went to London on a nice like day trip and watched a show. So there's all different ways you can do it with like saving cash as well and it not being in your hands. So have a speak to your friends and family, see if anyone is up for that. Okay, and my next tip is buy things throughout the year to save you money in the long run. And when I say that, I mean like cards and presents. So we are at the very beginning of January, and I'm not going to lie, I've already started my Christmas shopping for next year. January sales is the best time to shop. You might call me crazy, but I enjoy Christmas and it's not a massive outgoing for me. So, and you get presents half the price. So when I write a list, I mean, there's obviously things that you can't buy like food and chocolate and stuff until later down the line. But if I see something, I'm like, do you know what? X, Y, Z would love that. I get it and I put it away, and the presents always look a lot bigger and nicer because, you know, you've thought about it, you've not bought, and you've probably got a really good discount and a good bargain as well. So I always do that. Also, another little tip I do, we all panic buy cards from Tesco and like 12 o'clock before someone's birthday, the night before I mean. At the beginning of the year, I've not yet done mine, but I'm going to do that. I might do it tonight actually. I always go on Card Factory website and order my cards throughout the year. And yeah, it'll probably be about like £40, £30, £40. But if you, and they're about 99p per card. If you panic bought, they're like £2.99 at Tesco, aren't they? So I think that's a really good way to sort of organise your birthdays and stuff, and you haven't got to stress about finding a card or anything. You've got them. I also have a folder for each month. This is kind of organising, but each month, and I organise whose birthdays are for what month, and I file my cards away, so they're kept in a safe place as well, and I know exactly where they are. So that's a good little tip. Okay, my next tip is see where you can cut back, and for this I mean it's usually food where you can cut back. You might be able to cut back on like socialising and stuff, but I'm not going to tell you to stop having fun because I'm not a bore. But I mean food, you could have a look at your food shop and see where you could potentially buy things cheaper, or maybe have a meal planning prepping day to save money buying meals. Does that make sense? Just having a sit down and thinking, right, this month I really could do with saving an extra £20. How am I going to do that? So sit down, have beans on toast for a couple of nights in a row, have a jacket potato. You're not going to starve, and they're very satisfying meals. But yeah, just budget and think, how can I save a bit of more money doing this? So yeah, I need to, like I said earlier, take a leaf out my own book and do these things as well, because I really want to try and save some money. Being on maternity has been quite difficult, but that's another story. And yeah, I am going to have some beans and toast more often. Okay, and then have a look at opening Plum. Like I said earlier, they do a thing called roundups, and I believe you can do this on other bank accounts too, and it's a really good saving account thing where basically, say your petrol comes to £9.99, your bank account will automatically save a penny, so it rounds up to the nearest pound and puts it into another account. I did this a couple of years ago and I saved about £50 over the year. Actually, I think it was more than that. I think it was about 100. But yeah, say you bought something for 99p, like I said, it'll save a penny. If you bought something for 10p, it'll save 90p, sort of thing. But that's a good little saving hack without even realising really as well. So yeah, look into that if you're really trying to save like the nitty gritty money. Does that make sense? So yeah. And my final one is set yourself targets. I don't know if I did 11 or 12 then. I've said 12, but I think it might be 11. Set yourself targets, guys. I'm all for sort of competing with myself and yeah, setting targets basically. So for me this year, I want to potentially start saving for a deposit on another house. I also want to pay some credit cards off. And this year, me and Liam have paid our wedding loan off. We had to get a loan for our wedding. Not a massive one, but this year we finally pay it off, which is very exciting. I want to try, if I can, I'm going to say it now, sort the wedding loan out, which will be paid off, and pay my credit card off. They're the two biggest things that I really want to achieve this year, and I know I can do it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it. So yeah, maybe I'll review this video next year and see if I've done that. But if you like me talking about money, if this is the sort of thing you like to see, let me know, because I'm all for the money videos and saving hacks and stuff like that. So let me know if you want more content like that from me, and I'm more than happy to do it. But I hope these tips have helped you and got you in the right mindset to get focused for 2022. And yeah, have a lovely rest of the day, guys, and thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.